Imagine a future where the Earth is nearly unlivable. The air hurts to breathe because of all the pollution, and humans have forced thousands of species to extinction. Humans are no longer able to live on a planet like that with all these massive parts of the ecosystem missing. This means that humans would have to go somewhere else, and the most likely location for that would have to be Mars. Obviously, we can't just send people to Mars, but we've already sent rovers, satellites, in types of landers, and many things like that to Mars. Just not humans yet. I do feel credible for this topic because I've done hours and hours of research and I've read many articles on this topic, and it's also just been a major interest of mine throughout my life. I believe we should send humans to Mars within the next 2 decades so you can get a firsthand experience of what it's like to be on the planet and gather information about the planet through a human perspective. Today, I will talk about the previous, current, and future plans to get humans to Mars. There weren't really many major past plans to get humans to Mars, except maybe Apollo, or maybe the missions after Apollo, because after Apollo, the missions that sent humans to the moon, NASA wanted to send people to Mars because that might be a good idea. And President Nixon did agree with that. He believes they should, but he chose the space shuttle instead. And skip forward to 2010, President Barack Obama predicted humans could at least orbit Mars, if not land, by the mid-2030s, and Congress approved and decided to cancel a project that would put humans back on the moon in favor of sending people to Mars. And in 2016, SpaceX announced to the public a vision to start colonizing Mars. 2 cargo vehicles would be needed to lay down infrastructure for future missions, and then 2 crew vehicles would arrive in 2024. And there are currently a large number of space programs that have the intent of sending people to Mars. They just don't have the necessary resources, or it's not a great priority for them at this time. And we could send them to the people to the moon through several programs, and one of those leading ones would have to be Mars One. It's a great program that lays out a good basis of what we should do to get to Mars. And this started in 2011 with basic plans. Then by 2013, they started the astronaut selection program, where they scoured the Earth for astronauts that would be up to the task and were experienced enough to do so. In 2018, those astronauts were able to begin training, where they would train for months at a time in remote locations such as the Arctic, because it would simulate similar temperatures to Mars. And in 2022, a demonstration mission is projected to be launched to prove technologies and see if it's suitable for humans. Then in 2024, a communication satellite will be launched to gather data, along with a rover and another satellite in 2026. The rover has a trailer, which will allow it to find suitable area to land humans on. And then by 2029, there would be 6 cargo spaceships, launched in order to bring the necessary supplies and tools in order to create a settlement on Mars. And then by 2030, another rover will arrive to help set up more infrastructure. And by 2031, the first crew will be launched, but it does take roughly a year to get to Mars, give or take a couple months. And that means by 2032, the crew will land. And a few weeks after that crew lands, another crew that was launched soon after the first crew will land also, where they can finish setting up and creating a permanent settlement. And we should look more into sending humans to Mars, I believe, because it is good to gather data from a human standpoint and to see how easily livable the planet is and how difficult it would be to live on that planet. And so today we've talked about various space agencies, past, present, future plans to send humans to Mars. And one way you can help is to donate towards sending humans to Mars. You can do that by visiting mars-1.com/donate. And this donation would go to helping fund the Mars One mission because it isn't federally funded like NASA is. And the future is bright for humans going to Mars. All we need is time. Thank you.